So the update coming just over the horizon in Modern Warfare and Warzone actually has a bit more than you may expect, with it coming in the next day and a half or so. And naturally, today I want to break down all of what we know so that you're aware of everything to come, because there's quite a bit that's been said already, and maybe quite a bit that still hasn't been said that we may need to wait until the update itself goes live for to see. But as we break it all down today, let me know your thoughts down below. What are you guys excited for the most in this week's coming update? The new Gunsmith Customs feature, the new Mastery camo, the new LMG perhaps, or anything in between? Let me know what your thoughts are and what you may be hoping for with this update. As well, if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare and Warzone on a daily basis, especially as we round into what appears to be a relatively big update launch. So make sure you stick it here for all the coverage of that. But anyways, let's jump into it. The new information today comes from the recently posted Activision's Games blog detailing the week ahead for the entirety of Call of Duty, but we're of course more so focused on the Modern Warfare and Warzone side of things. Firstly, we got some information on the actual update itself. Now, if you follow Infinity Ward or Activision over on Twitter, you may have seen something about this last week here, and that's actually how we knew this was going to be a title update and something of substantial value rather than just a playlist update. But the update is a little bit different than our standard updates that will give us new content. For what is dubbed the premium players, the players that have the full base game of Modern Warfare that paid for their copy and are not on the free-to-play Warzone side of things, you're actually going to have 2 downloads here for this. Once the update rolls out, all players will be able to download the actual update file, but once those players that have the full version of Modern Warfare complete their download, they're going to be prompted with the need to download the Data Pack DLC. It says during this you'll have access to Warzone, so you can jump into a match of Battle Royale or Plunder, but when it's completed, players have to restart the game to access all modes for Modern Warfare. The free-to-play players on the Warzone side of things don't have to worry about this. It's not yet specified as to the reasoning here for this, but if I were to take a guess, I'd wager to say maybe this is a third-party platform differentiation between the 2 variations of Modern Warfare and Warzone, the paid and free-to-play aspects. Just something for the platforms to recognize each of the 2 independently, but I don't know exactly, but that's something that was detailed and will definitely be something you want to be aware of. But talking actual new content, after the update, we got a little bit more information on Gunsmith Customs. They actually provided a handy little image that I'll toss up on screen here for you guys now to check out, in which it does look like the last mention of it in the Infinity Ward blog last Friday. It does seem like that was just vaguely worded and wasn't necessarily an accurate depiction, to which I know some comments pointed out, but I'd like to apologize if my misunderstanding of the wording of that created any false hope. But the Gunsmith Customs will allow you to make your own blueprints utilizing different customization features from specific blueprints for the same weapon. So what they detailed and what you see on screen is a bunch of different AK-47 variants all mixed in together. You have the Upper Hand, the Sand Sweeper, the Steel Curtain, the Pink Perforator, and the Duly Devoted, all put into one here with this. Now, admittedly, the image on screen doesn't provide too much clarity in the sense of what we can see maybe in the customization for the color schematics, which I'm sure a lot of people may be interested with specific blueprints, if you can make those more so universal with different attachments, because you'll notice that some of these things definitely have their own characteristics of the AKs that you're not seeing right now. The big one that sticks out to me is the Pink Perforator magazine. In that Pink Perforator magazine, it's obviously pink, but it's not pink there, and it just utilizes the standard 545 magazine conversion like normal, with what seems like just the traditional gold camo on the AK-47. So maybe that messes with it all, but we'll of course get some more clarity as the update goes along, but you'll be able to mess around with that here once the update goes live. Next, let's talk about a new weapon. We're getting a new LMG here in Modern Warfare, both available in standard in-game grindable challenges that you can work out, plus also there will be a variant in the shop that it was detailed as well if you want instant access to that one. But coming along with the update is the MK9 Bruin LMG. Now, we don't know too much about this, but it seems to be modeled off the M249 SAW, which we've seen in previous Call of Duty titles, and should be one that packs a punch. LMGs are certainly a viable option in a lot of gunfights within Modern Warfare. The PKM, especially around launch, was absolutely one of the best weapons in the entire game, so maybe we see something like that happen where, even though it may not be a weapon classification you use all that much, like a rifle or SMG, you may still be able to get some use here out of that one. But again, available within some weapon challenges or also in the shop. If we're talking about weapon challenges, it may very well follow the same pattern of what we've seen recently with other introductions like the crossbow and the VLK Rogue, where with the VLK Rogue you had to get 7 kills in 15 different matches using a shotgun with 5 attachments, and then also for things like the crossbow you had to get 5 kills in 25 different matches using a marksman rifle with the reflex optic. So probably something like that, tasking you across multiple games to get kills with a certain denomination of attachments attachments with LMGs, but it'll be something you'll be able to do naturally and just with a little bit of in-game time. Next, we got a little bit more information on the Obsidian Mastery camo coming here with this update, though we still don't, as of the time of recording this, have any idea what it looks like. There was no preview image given here within this blog post. Joel Emsley, I think over on Reddit it was, may have been on Twitter, but one of those places, he mentioned that when there was an image ready to be shared, they would, so it may be something that just my luck, it may go out as soon as we put this video live or once it's finished, so that may be something that by the time you watch this, there may be one, but just keep an eye out here for that one. One other interesting thing is that it does say that this is a sign of true mastery, so it might actually be quite a grind like Joe Seacott mentioned over on Twitter the other day. So we'll have to wait to see how that turns out, but definitely excited to see what that entails. One other really cool thing that I am excited for, especially as a Battle Royale and Warzone player, is the fact that we're going to be getting a brand new type of contract within Warzone and presumably Plunder as well as the Battle Royale side of things. This being the contract called Most Wanted. Now, when you activate this Most Wanted contract, it's going to mark yourself as a bounty target for every team to see in all of the battlefield. So when you activate this, it's going to bring some heat because every player then could be coming for you wanting to try and get that cash off of completing that bounty. So while you're bringing a lot of heat, that obviously needs to have a big reward. What's that reward? Well, a redeploy token for you and your entire team, which is awesome. So you don't have to go to the gulag. You don't have to buy back a teammate. You can just respawn here with that. And that also explains why we've been seeing every so often some redeployment tokens coming out of chests on the ground and all, which seemed to be a bug, but it actually did have some place. It just wasn't necessarily introduced into the game just yet. So this will be interesting. I'm curious to see how many of these will spawn per match or if there can be multiple of them activated at a single time. But it's definitely something that will shake up the meta, and for those players that love to play aggressive, it's going to be a big high risk, high reward thing for you. You can come out with some kills for those people trying to kill you, plus also some redeploy tokens. That definitely adds some flair to the game. So I'm excited for that one, but the other stuff that we have here now is some detailed content for the playlist and then some promotional stuff here coming on the weekend, not necessarily dependent upon the update itself. They mentioned that Shoot the Ship is coming back. That was of course detailed though by the Infinity Ward's blog on Friday. They mentioned there's going to be a triple threat event going on this weekend starting on May 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, lasting until May 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you get double XP, double weapon XP, and double battle pass progression. So that'll be great for anybody still trying to rank up, still trying to get weapons done, trying to get to 155, trying to get to tier 100 of the battle pass. You'll be able to do all of that. But the big questions now come down to, is that all that we see? We got a nice little preview here of what we already know, and that's awesome. But what about other stuff that may be coming? We still don't know if there's going to be anything drastic happening to the Warzone map, whether that adds a new POI, whether we get some more clarity on the bunkers, the telephones, the laptops. We still don't know if there's anything in the way of maps going to be introduced, or if we have to wait and see both IL9 and also Hard Hat coming at a later date within the season here for Modern Warfare and the MP side of things. We still have a couple questions and variables that are out there in play that we don't have any answer on just yet. So I'm hopeful that maybe we see a map coming along with that, but as it stands right now, we don't know. But then the also other question is, when will the update itself actually roll out? Traditionally, updates of this caliber roll out at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the morning, but I don't think it's any surprise to say that we're in anything but traditional waters when it comes to all this stuff. Developers and studios and many people working from home, it is something that complicates things or may be something that shifts the timetable, and one reasoning as to what I've heard is so that there's not a massive flood or influx of players all downloading at the same time. They've been pushing these things back into the evening, which is what we've seen as of recently with 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time updates. So 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I believe that's 7 a.m. in the UK. Apologies if my conversion there is incorrect, but sometime in the Wednesday early morning is when that stuff goes out, though it's still branded as the Tuesday update because that's when it's being pushed out on the West Coast. But I would imagine that it's more so that one where we see a later update and one that goes live early on a Wednesday here for many players. So that's something that I would take a look at here for, but it's yet to be actually confirmed, but I'd imagine that's their target time. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap it up. That is everything here that we know about with this update now and everything that we just had recently detailed, and a little bit more of an in-depth look at from the Activision's Games blog. So I'm excited to see what this update actually brings along. on top of what we have here with this, any technical changes, anything in terms of nerfs, buffs, or anything on the back end. But also, I'm really excited here for those Gunsmith Customs, that new Mastery camo, that new Warzone bounty. I'm excited for all of it. So I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Are you guys the same way? Are you guys looking forward to having all this new stuff here? Are you looking forward to anything in particular? Hoping one thing in particular comes? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. We're getting all things Modern Warfare, updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. We got you covered here on the channel. So if any of that interests you, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, there's the best places to keep connecting outside of YouTube, proactive on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.